edition of Retail Media Thursdays. My name is Michelle Irwin, and today we're live from the windy city of Chicago. Tonight we're hosting a happy hour after an afternoon at Path to Purchase's Retail Media Summit. So I'm going to grab a few folks before I have too many of these and see what's been grabbing their attention this afternoon. I don't think you need any introduction, but...
Well, might as well. So am I introducing myself? Or, hey there, everybody. Bryan Gildenberg, one of the co-hosts of the CPG guys, founder and CEO of Confluence of Commerce, and the managing director of North America for Retail Cities, a global retail information network.
I mean, that is very impressive.
Well, it's just very long, if nothing else. So you're now out of film. So film, by the way, for the I'm just for the youngins in the group. Anyway, so
it makes a change that I'm asking the questions. It's normally you interviewing us for your podcast.
This is an excellent point. So so I feel like I feel on the spot here.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
You're going to put me on the spot.
I don't think you're ready for this.
I really don't think I'm prepared for any of this. Actually, so I think quite literally since I knew I was doing this 30 seconds ago, I'm really not ready for this. So, yes.
Okay, so
go ahead, fire away. What do we got?
So we've been at the Path to Purchase Retail Media Summit today.
Yes.
What did we learn? What was your biggest takeaway?
What did we learn? Well, I think we learned, I'm going to probably cheat and do two, but I think there's been, I thought Kara Pratt's opening remarks today, from Kroger, I thought she was really interesting on a couple of big topics that I think are really important. First of which is that retail media isn't like a thing, right? It's not. Because I think today when you look at a media plan, there's always linear TV and connected TV and search and whatever garbage digital ads, and then retail media is a pillar, right? And I think Kara's point today was that pillar needs to not be a pillar anymore, but needs to turn on its side. And that retail media isn't just a thing, it's going to change how marketing works. And the way in which retail data connects to everything, the way in which the ability to influence and inspire in the same sort of moment is going to change the way marketing works probably forever. And I think that the entire ecosystem is going to shift as a result of that. So, and there's a whole bunch of knock-on effects from that. Good cricket term, by the way. So that come from that. I think the second thing is that there's been a lot of conversation, and there'll be more tomorrow, around the evolution of the L as a distraction.
Right.
Around the future of how retail media is going to translate to the in-store world. And look, I'm going to be on a panel with Andrew Lipsman tomorrow, the person who's responsible for that chart that has all the bars on it about how much it's like. I mean, and I love Andrew, but if it took Andrew to discover that more people go into Walmart than go on Walmart.com, then we're all in trouble, right? Like, that was pretty obvious. So, but I do think that the evolution of in-store as a media platform, I think, is really going to fundamentally change some things as well. So those are my two.
Good takeaways.
Yep.
It was. I thought Kara's was especially interesting. The whole focus on retail media is just media.
Yeah, not to cut to a teaser, but if you're a CPG guys listener out there, you're going to discover that somebody who may or may not be Kara Pratt is our 300th episode, which we may or may not have recorded this morning before her speech.
That'll be interesting. I'm going to watch out for that one.
Yeah, it was good. It was if it were Kara, it would be good.
And they had some interesting news today as well with the.
They certainly did, and well, look, I think it's time for them to. I thought the points Kara was making about that I think are incredibly important about that. There's a holistic element to retail media that not only does it need to be itself be planned more holistically, but it needs to bolt into other things more holistically.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to do that is to get yourself to an integrated tech platform. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So what do you wish you knew about retail media 12 months ago that you know now?
What do I wish I knew? I think I wish I understood the degree to which, and I'm relatively new to the media world. I think there's almost everybody watching this and everybody in this conference probably knows more about media at a granular level than I do. I think the one thing that I really wish I wish that I knew better was how both limited ROAS is as an outcome measure, and how similar it is in many ways to a lot of how old school analog brick and mortar conversion spend is measured. So basically, if you look at how like the old grubby trade spend is measured, which nobody thinks is measured, everybody thinks people are just throwing spaghetti against the wall. But I used to work for a trade promotion business. I can assure you it is measured. It's a much bigger dollar number for a company than the media budget is. So it's measured somehow. It's measured very similarly to ROAS. I think the limitations of single event based, specific linear outcome driven measures on whether an advertisement should be run or not are hazardous to the health of brands. And I think that's one of the things that I think you'll see as an evolution, is that people are going to have to figure out how to use ROAS as one of the pillars of a metric, but how to recalibrate some of that as well.
It's so important.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about this idea of code switching. Like when you're speaking to the execs, it's one language, and when you're speaking to the marketing teams, it's another, and you need to be able to switch between them.
Well, and I was part of a media pitch at Omnicom a few years ago, and it was the pitch team did a deep dive into the analytics side of the world, which wasn't what the client really. The client was a commercial client. And the commercial client at one point just responded to the analytics team and goes, look, we would need to elevate this several levels above the granularity you presented to get it anywhere near anything that would impact our P&L.
Yeah.
And the language of the P&L is going to become incredibly important. The language of things like market share and commercial outcomes are going to become incredibly important. And I think that's a lot of what Kara was talking about today, which is that these, what she called vanity metrics, which I don't know, I disagree with.
We do use that phrase.
Disagree with Carol because she's way smarter than me, but I don't know that's exactly how I would call them. I just think they're overly simplistic, the metrics, and that they're linear, they're single event based, and I think there is going to need to be a need for more holistic, more incremental measures.
Yeah, they're not doing justice to the value of retail media.
Well, it's not even so much, I mean, it's just the wrong way to measure, right? And the problem too with these types of event-based outcomes is that you'll tend to do the same types of things over and over again to get to the better results. And we've known this in the analog world for years. The best way to drive quote ROAS on a promotion or store is to lower price. It works better than everything else. It always has, it always will. You don't always want to do that because that's a silly thing to do to the brand. And I just don't know that the digital world's really evolved there yet in terms of understanding that just because one thing drives a good ROAS one time doesn't make the thing you want to do over and over again. I'm not sure that thinking's as sophisticated as it needs to be.
Yeah. So measurement aside, where are we going to be in 12 months' time with retail media?
I think we'll be in two big places. First of which is I think this idea of clean rooms is going to become less of a curiosity and more of just the way things are done. I think the promise of first-party data in retail is going to need to be secured by companies that are experts in managing and integrating data. Those will be clean room providers. Some of them will be specialty players, say like an InfoSum or a Habu. Some will be scaled players like an Oracle or a Snowflake. But people that know how to manage data are going to have to manage that. As you well know, as you used to be in Europe, sorry.
I am in Europe.
But when you look at the EU regulations around GDPR, the cost of some of that is so phenomenally high that there's just no way people are going to be amateurs in the data business when you think about this around the world. You're going to have huge professional companies that help bring data together in powerful ways. So I think clean rooms will be big. Second piece that I think will be really important is that connected TV, which is an imperfect media asset for anybody that buys media, they know what some of the imperfections of connected TV are. Retail media, to some degree, straight up retail media, to some degree, an imperfect media asset. Those two things together I think would be really powerful. It would not surprise me, not in 12 months, but in 5 years, that connected TV and retail media together as an integrated platform, call it connected path to purchase, was the single largest advertising platform in the world.
You heard it here first.
There you go.
So, in the Retail Media Thursdays, we have a tradition.
Yes, okay.
We have quick fire questions.
Quick fire questions, oh my gosh, this is
so
exciting.
I've been in the US for a few days now.
Oh, well, you're an expert. So
I've realized that nobody understands a word I say.
Well, here's the thing, I lived in the UK for 3 years.
You might be good at this.
I went to university in the UK, so
okay.
Give me a shot.
I'm going to see how
I know it's called university
then.
and not college.
Okay, cracked up.
Cracked up. Well, it depends. If you're in Ireland, if you're in Ireland, it means you're having a great time. If you're, usually it means laughter, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
One.
Okay. Yeah.
Tick.
Right. Got it. I think that was English.
A clanger.
Oh, a clanger is a faux pas, an error, something said incorrectly. Yes.
You are doing so much better than everyone else on this.
Clangers and mash. Yes. So.
Dog's dinner.
Oh, a dog's dinner is a dog's breakfast here. It's the same basic expression for basically a bleep show.
Yes. You are getting them all. I need to catch you out on this. Chuffed.
Oh, chuffed, happy. So,
you're too good at this.
Yes, I'm not kidding. I lived there for 4 years. So.
Yonks.
Yonks. Yonks and yonks. That's a time period. Some duration of time that's somewhat uncertain.
You are.
There we go.
Smashing this.
Yes. So.
Did you ever go out on a Media Thursday? What was a Media Thursday?
probably a drunken whatever show we were talking about before. Yes. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, industry. It's like Industry Monday back in the restaurant business when I lived in Boston. So yes.
Oh, Monday.
Well, for all the people that work in the restaurant industry, Monday's their night out. Industry Monday is a whatever that expression was we used before.
Retail media Thursday.
A young show or whatever the one we're talking about. The bleep show.
Piss up.
Yes, yeah, piss up is another good one. Yes, so not what it means here, by the way. So generally we piss down here. So
I'm gonna see if I can. You glad rags.
Okay, that one I don't know.
Finally got one.
Yeah, so it was. Nice
so
enough.
it's your nice outfit.
Oh, sure.
Handbags
yes.
in your glad rags.
Yeah, oh, excellent. Yes,
Stereophonics.
very. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yes. So.
And I'm going to do one more. Yeah. A spanner in the works.
Oh, it's spanner's a wrench. So wrench in the works. So gummed up. Yeah. So that's up. So yeah.
Well done. You've performed better than anyone else.
There we go. As all you have to do is live in England, and you get
4 years, and
an interesting perspective.
You're trained.
Yeah, so the Cambridge University that gave me my degree will be thrilled that I was able to do this. So,
Very good.
So excellent. Well, this is great.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Take care.
So good to see you.
Great.